WWE Legend Ric Flair announces a new project, Brock Lesnar vows to buy a front row ticket to the upcoming SmackDown, and Bobby Lashley gives an update on the future of the Hurt Business. What's up, everyone? I'm Jose G, and there's a lot to talk about in today's Sportskeeda Wrestling WWE News Roundup. Never miss brand new content by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Big E says the next Universal Champion could be the best of our generation. WWE Champion Big E has lavished praise over his current rival Seth Rollins, calling the former Universal Champion one of the best of his generation. The Drip God emerged as the #1 contender for Big E after winning the Fatal 4-Way match on Raw. E has also been involved in a feud with another former Universal Champion on the Red brand, Kevin Owens. In an interview with The Mirror, Big E applauded Rollins' talent while clarifying that he is in no mood to give up his title anytime soon, saying, quote, "I think he's an incredible talent. He might be the best of our generation, but I feel like this is my time. I know how much holding this championship means to me, how many doors it has opened for me, and I don't plan letting go of that anytime soon," end quote. Big E also said that it felt special to be the WWE Champion and was overwhelmed by the love he received from his peers and fans. Before Big E and Seth Rollins became megastars, they had a feud on NXT almost a decade ago. Rollins, the inaugural NXT champion, faced Big E, then known as Big E Langston, in December of 2012. The current WWE champion defeated Rollins to become the second NXT champion in the brand's history. The duo has shared the ring since, but only in tag team or multi-man matches. They have faced each other several times on live shows over the last few months, but have yet to face off in a singles match on WWE TV. WWE Legend Ric Flair announces a new project. Ric Flair has announced that he will launch a new podcast called The Woo Nation Uncensored. It will feature the Nature Boy with former WCW commentator Mark Madden. Flair received a lot of flack online following the airing of the Dark Side of the Ring episode about the plane ride from hell. The WWE Hall of Famer was accused of sexual misconduct, which he denied. Ric Flair's new podcast will air in the Podcast Heat Network and promises stories from his personal life and the entire wrestling industry, saying, quote, "I've had the greatest career in the history of professional wrestling, and now it's time to have the greatest podcast. This is the first time in my career I'll truly be able to open up not only about my career, but the entire wrestling business. Whether you like it or not, learn to love it, because it's going to be the best podcast going today. Woo!" End quote. The podcast will air every Wednesday starting next week. Madden, who is a close friend of Flair, stated that we've only scratched the surface with regard to the stories about Ric Flair. Following the allegations, WWE dropped him from their introduction video. He asked for his release from the company earlier this year and was granted it. The Nature Boy has made appearances in NWA and AAA since his WWE release. Brock Lesnar vows to buy front row tickets to an upcoming SmackDown after his suspension. Brock Lesnar's WWE appearance following his suspension has possibly been revealed. The Twitter account for Staples Center has announced that the Beast Incarnate has vowed to buy a ringside ticket for the upcoming episode of SmackDown, which will take place in Los Angeles on December 10th. Brock Lesnar returned to WWE earlier this year at SummerSlam, and Lesnar immediately started a feud with Universal Champion Roman Reigns, with Paul Heyman playing a massive role in the storyline. Lesnar and Reigns finally faced each other at Crown Jewel, where the Usos helped the Tribal Chief retain his title. On the next episode of SmackDown, Lesnar took out his frustrations on WWE officials and even attacked Adam Pearce. Following this, he was given a storyline suspension, and WWE also announced a whopping $1 million fine for him. It's safe to assume that all hell will break loose whenever Brock Lesnar shows up on SmackDown as a paying fan. Former WWE star RVD gets married in a private Las Vegas ceremony. Former WWE superstar RVD has finally married fellow professional wrestler Katie Forbes in Las Vegas. Recently released WWE superstars Scarlett Bordeaux and Karrion Kross were attending the wedding, and The Smoke Show posted a few videos and pictures from the ceremony on Instagram. Rob Van Dam has been a married man before, as his first marriage to Sonya Delbach lasted almost 17 years until their separation in 2015. The couple finalized their divorce in 2018, and meantime, RVD began dating Forbes in 2016. Forbes has been in the pro wrestling business since 2015 and is mainly known for her time in Impact Wrestling. In addition to wrestling a few matches, the Queen of Twerk has also appeared on the Impact Zone and RVD's valet during his angle with Sami Callihan last year. As reported by PW Insider, the couple left Impact Wrestling in September of 2020 after the conclusion of their storyline. Rob Van Dam's last match took place in September for Battleground Championship Wrestling. The former ECW champion recently updated fans about his in-ring future during an appearance on Insight with Chris Van Vliet. Van Dam confirmed that he still has a few matches left in the gas tank and would love to finish off his career in the WWE. Bobby Lashley gives an update on the future of the Hurt Business. Former WWE champion Bobby Lashley believes that the Hurt Business will get back together sometime in the future, and they need to have a group discussion about it. The Hurt Business was formed last year by MVP and Bobby Lashley and also included Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. The faction was dominant on Raw in 2020, especially on Raw Underground segments. They split earlier this year, but briefly reunited when Alexander and Benjamin came to the aid of Lashley during his match with Big E on Monday Night Raw. While speaking to TalkSport, Lashley stated that the Hurt Business are friends away from the ring and he likes being around them. He thinks they need to strategize a little and that they will get back together, saying, quote, "We just need to have a little group discussion. Have you got a brother or a sister? A lot of the time, when you have brothers, you have fights, and you're so mad, but the next thing you know, you're back hanging out and playing. Nobody asks, how did you guys get back together? It's just like that. So it's kind of the same thing. Brothers have little arguments and that, but we get back together," end quote. The formation of the Hurt Business was a great vehicle for WWE to showcase Bobby Lashley's physical ability and helped him capture his first United States Championship and then the WWE Championship. After his storyline with Lana, which was panned by fans and critics, a dominant and brutal faction like the Hurt Business, what was Lashley needed to bring back credibility to his character. Fans were not pleased with WWE's decision to split the Hurt Business, and it's only a matter of time before the four are together as a unit once again. Thanks for watching today's Sportskeeda Wrestling WWE News Roundup. For exclusive content you never want to miss, you gotta subscribe to our YouTube channel and smash that notification bell so you never miss whenever we drop brand new content. Follow us on all social media and download the Sportskeeda app for the most up-to-date stories in the world of wrestling.